Okay, so, do you remember those tomatoes? Do you see how fast it took? Look how nice they are. Right? See how they ripened nicely? So now I'm taking them out and I'm putting them in the freezer downstairs, and I'm putting the other ones that are already frozen in a bag because they're still in a bowl. It didn't take long, right? Those are from my greenhouse, people. Okay, October 21st, 2020. Guess where I am? Can you see the haze? It's chilly out here, people. I brought out my thermometer, so we'll just leave it out here and see what the temperature drops down to, because that's what's going to happen here. Okay? Oh, I have to layer my clothing, obviously. It's almost noon. I'll be out here pretty much till dark, and I've got the next few days, right, just to do this, okay? Because it's not supposed to be raining. So the goal for today is to get this window in for sure, and the one above it. We'll just start with this panel, right? I'm going to start. Last time I started with this one, it was like 2:30 going on 3, so I only got the one in. But if I start at noon, right, it's almost noon now, right, put those two in, I might be able to get the door in. I might. Okay, that would be great, because that alleviates. And then a few pieces of wood, right? You see, I got to put another one here, you can see, right? I have to do them up there, so I'm going to try and whip those in real fast. If you notice, I'm clearing out the fire pit for the boys, right? Okay, I have to get in here and uproot some of these plants, but no time for that. See, I have to put a board here, right? You can see. And then once the boards are on, then I can, you know, think about vinyl siding. But I can't do no vinyl siding until I can do that. This, I've already taken one apart, because it's no good now. It got rained on. It used to be in there. It was dry. It sat for years. As soon as you put shit out in the rain, this is what happens. Things get ruined. But this stuff is expensive to buy, so you never want to throw that out. And I've already got one piece. You can see there's one right there, so there's another one, right? I'm not going to sweat it too much, people. Like, it's cold out here. Like, I'm fucking cold, okay? Now, mind you, all I got is a little t-shirt on and a little sweater, right? But, now you know why my nose is going to run even more. Okay, and don't forget, I'm using these eye drops that the eye doctor gave me too, right? And that doesn't help, right? Now I'm in the greenhouse. Oh, it's getting cold. But they're still growing. The problem is they could be freezing. They could be freezing. Like, these are cold, right? This room in here needs to be a little warmer. So, right? It's not... I really should harvest this, because these are perfect for harvesting right now. You see that, right? My little tomatoes you've seen, they ripened nicely, right, in the box. So, I mean, I could come in here after the next couple of days. I figure I'll give it the next couple of days, because it's not supposed to be raining. But as soon as the rains come again, I think that's it. Yeah, because it's cold in here. I don't know if you can see the goosebumps, but it's cold. But it's still flowering, right? Like, these ones would ripen in the box, right? There's more. They just kind of popped up out of nowhere. Didn't see those ones before. I see them now, though. So there's just a few miscellaneous in here kicking around. But I want to give it the week, right? Like, well, 3-4 days anyway. No. You do the math. I'm going to be out here from 12. Like, women, if your men work outside, seriously, man, you need to, like, be cognitive of what they go through when they're working outside, because it's not fucking easy when it's cold, trust me. Okay? The only thing that keeps them warm is that they keep moving around. That's it. Okay? Alright, you see? I gotta go get some clothes on. Okay, people. It's Mr. Frosty out here. It is going on about 1:45 in the afternoon, and we're at 50 degrees. Do you see that?
Pretty sure I'm reading that right. Well, no, actually 49 or 48 degrees. Okay. I got about 4 or 5 days outside without too much rain. Hopefully no rain. And then the rains come back. And everything right now is damp and wet. And because it's so cold, the metal is colder. The wood is soggy. And I have to bring out the skill saw. Cheers. Right. See, I got 4 layers of clothing right now. If I get too hot, I take off, right? But if not, then yeah. Just trying to psych myself up. Once I start, I'll be okay. I'm out here basically till dark now. And Tisha's gonna look after Amari for me for 4 or 5 days, maybe 6, depending on what I'm doing. I just have to, people. Right? Gotta get this shit done with. Right. Now, I did run into a neighbor, and I asked him if he can do any miscellaneous stuff, or maybe if he knew somebody that knows how to do this stuff. So we'll see. I still might have somebody working on here yet, so I'm doing something. Right. Depends on what people are doing. I don't think that gutter guy is coming back. He needs to finish what he started over here, so I'm going to have to call him back, but I don't think he wants to do this Mickey Mouse stuff. My son says, "You know, Mom, we are in 2020, and I make $200 and..." I don't know if he said $47 or $287 a day cutting down trees. Or trimming bay leaf bushes, or whatever he does when it comes to that kind of stuff. So, when I offer a guy $10 an hour, some of them, they find it to be insulting. Well, I used to work for $25 back in the day, you know, with the union, and blah, 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 or $40 a day with the union. And I'm like, oh yeah, well, this isn't a fucking union, right? You know, so... Anyway, ladies, look, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. When your man comes home, and he's been outside all day, and he's a little agitated or whatever it may be, it's not because he doesn't love you or appreciate your family, like in terms of your household, right? Your husband, wife, children, that type of thing. It's just, you know, working outside like this is hard. It takes a toll on your body. Okay, so now what I gotta do is clear out in here and immediately start with these clippers and start taking off this screen, which is metal, which is gonna be colder, but if you've seen, I doubled up my gloves, right? Get the skill saw out, put my beams in. I can get 2 windows in for sure. Maybe the one started on the door. We'll have a better idea, okay? Because in the next couple, 2-3 days, this thing is going to be done. That's the goal, right? Hold on. Okay. So no turning back now. No. Okay. So I want to show you this breach. Actually, if you notice, this is like nature in the workings. I used to have Mr. Layson here. This was his pen.
Then the hens moved in, and I had 6 chickens. I had Mr. Lace and the 5 birds, right? And then along came a rat, and it dug itself through there, you can see, and it came up and around. Do you see? It gnawed on the wood, and then it came in here and it gnawed on this. You can tell. Look. And got in there, and it attacked my chickens. Now this screen is under the ground throughout the whole thing, so I don't know where the breach is. I'd have to pull this up. Like, I want to kind of redo this floorboard a bit, but I just find that, you know, nature at its best, don't you think? Okay, so again, nobody's obligated to watch this. So I have to do something different here because of the door, right? I'm trying to keep the door, I'm trying to keep the frame as the frame, right? So I need 28 inches across. So I'm having to use, these are called 2x2s. I have one. I don't know if I have another one around the yard. I think I need 2 of them. So what I do is I go in from the back of this one, right? You see? And then screw it in, up and down, right? And then I'm going to take probably a 2x4 from the bottom, right? Because this is a little wobbly, do you see? So we want to run it from the bottom and make it solid, right? I don't know about the top. Top is fine, but the bottom is just, we just want to, I don't know, I just need to brace it or something. But for now, lucky me, I've got one 2x2, and if I can run around the yard, and hopefully I might be able to find another one, right? Otherwise that window is going to be on an angle. Because I'm putting this one lower down because I'm thinking of little ShaMay in terms of being able to have planter pots on the bottom. Do you see here? I'm going to build in a little shelf. But I have to go back on the outside. Hold on a minute. Anyway, because I was rushing, long story short, I have to go on the outside, unscrew the boards, right? And put some kind of something in terms of, same thing in here. I'm going to be putting insulation in here and then reboarding it. Insulation in here, reboarding it. A bit of insulation in there, right? I've already put over there. I'm just going to insulate it a little bit. But if you notice, look, there's a built-in shelf. So I'm going to cut this off when I take off the boards on the other side, right? I'll probably, just hold on a minute. Andre wants chicken. So anyway, I told him I'll make the chicken when I get in. Yeah, you can have peanuts, but just don't get peanuts everywhere. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build in a little shelf for ShaMay for little planter pots, right? Because we're gonna grow apple seeds and those kind of things. So I'm gonna cut this off, right? I have a jigsaw, but I don't know where it is, people. And if not, I'll use a saw and I'll cut this off. And then I'm gonna build in a little extra shelf. Right, just right, make it flush, put whatever, okay, you can see what I'm doing there. Well, I'm going to do the same concept here. That's what I'm trying to say, right? And then we can have our little planter pots that can sit on the windowsill because those are always the nicest. And if I'm doing what I'm doing on this side, this should be able to stay here, and I could even extend this out a little bit and make that a shelf, right? That would be nice. That would be really nice. Do you see those little red bricks over there? Guess what they're for? Building a rocket stove. You can even make little ovens to bake bread. Depending on how many red bricks I can find, maybe we'll build 2. We'll build the bread one and the rocket stove. Okay, so now just keep in mind this is just old wood kicking around in the yard, okay? It's nothing fancy. It's to face. So what I got to do here is I did manage to find something for what I need to install this window, right? So this should be thick enough. So before I can screw in from the back of this one. I have to come in from this one and screw into this one. So I'm going to take these two boards, I'm going to screw them together first, and then I'm going to line them up to my line, and I'm going to screw them in for the back, and then that gives me my frame to fit in my window. Alright? So yeah, if I was an actual carpenter, I would pre-drill my holes. Right? First of all, I don't really know where my drill is. Like, it's really hard keeping my tools together in this house, right? And then, of course, you've got your drill bits yet, right? Which, I don't know where they are either, honestly. I think I might know, but anyway, for what it's worth, running around looking for everything. This particular one board is kind of hard, though. Because I'm having to screw in screws like this, right? You screw it in, and then you unscrew it so that the rivet inside isn't so tight, so that when you screw it in the second time, it catches better and it pulls the two boards together, right? Otherwise, you got a gap in there, oftentimes. So, and because not everything is exactly level here, you know, like this one board in the middle, it's oh God, it's kind of slivered, so it's not actually flush parallel to the board between them. Right, it's in the middle between these two boards. I have two of them going here, and once I'm hoping that I get these in, it will be good to go. And then I can put my window in. And from what I can tell, it's going pretty fast. God, I don't want a big gaping hole in here. See? This is where you're really exercising your muscles. That's how I get little biceps. If you notice, every now and then, I have little biceps. So it's because of this stuff. Carrying buckets full of dirt and shit. Right? And then you gotta use your weight. I don't know. I don't know how flush I'm gonna get this. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's gotta be a little tighter. Boy, oh boy. See, I'll show you. See? That's down here, it's okay. It's up here. Alright. So we're almost getting there. I'm working between the two screws. They're working together here. Right? I tighten the bottom one as much as I can tighten, which loosens the top one, so that when I come and try and tighten the top one, it goes in deeper, which makes it easier for the one underneath to chew on. Right, so it's like this, and it's working. It's working. I'm almost done. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to do this, but I'm like 1/8 of an inch or so.
almost done. Alright. And you see, then I go to the top, and that brings it a little closer for the bottom one. And then I can turn the bottom one again. Whew. I'm so glad I bought these screws, people. Oh my god. As a matter of fact, I bought them in that little thrift store. A whole, like 2 or 3 buckets full of this shit. Right, a whole bucket, right? You're working out really good. That's really good. Like I paid $25 a bucket or something like that. That's what I mean. Just doing that made me hot. But we did it. It worked. You see? That's all I need. And then later on, when I have more time, I'll screw in one more, but I don't need it right now. Oh, I'm dizzy. It's my eyes, eh? Well, it is my eyes. Okay. Now, I should be able to get that window in. And if you notice, this isn't moving anymore. It's pretty freaking solid, although I'll still reinforce it. So now I'm going to put this window in. I see I'm going to have to take these rocks out of here, which is fine, because once the window's in, it's going to be out a little bit, right? I don't know. It's too late now. I can't go back. You've seen what I did. Okay, for as blonde as I am, people, trust me, this is a tight fit. Like, it's snug. I don't even have this screwed in. You can see. Look how tight it is. So, this is good. And then this one just goes in there in the bottom. Screw it in. And then we can get on to the top one. Pretty impressed. Okay, so we're moving along. I don't know what time it is. Maybe 3:30. I don't think it's 4, but we're doing good time here. So, this is all in, and look how sturdy. This is strong. This is really strong. So I put it so that the window drops. Unfortunately, it doesn't lock. The lock is broken on it, but that's okay. I've got a stick in there. Right, I don't think you can see it. So that, you know, I just get different size sticks. So when I want to open the window, I just put a stick underneath, and then it's open up here versus open down there, right? Where this one opens up. This one opens down. This one opens up. Alright, I'll show you. See, this one here, you can lift up. I don't know if it's locked. These were just used windows. Right? So depending on the time, I may do this other window. Where am I? Depending on this time, I may do this other window, or I'm going to work on the insulation. I see I have to do something up there because I ended up installing a window up there. This one opens up. Oh my god. It's supposed to open up. Yeah, see? So this one opens up. It actually locks. Oh yeah, this one locks. This one drops down. This one over here drops down so that it's open up on top. Right, and then, because I put this little window in here, do you see? In the last minute, I have to come in here and cut this out, right? I'm trying to make a little bit of a lip so the water doesn't backdraft in here. You can see. So I got all this metal stuff. Right. So I'm thinking to build a lip out. This one though I'm gonna probably, shorten a bit.
if I can. I don't know. Right? I only need a 4 or 5, 6 inch lip, right, for the rain to come and drop down this way. I do have little gutter systems, which would be great if I could maybe set up a gutter system with a water jug, which I have several of them around. So I might try and do that, but that's obviously at the very end, right? The mission right now is to get in whatever windows I can. So you can see, now it's the long one, and then one on top. I'm not sure which one on top yet. I gotta go see the time. Depending on the time, I might just get into doing this stuff instead, and maybe start the other window tomorrow, right? All the trees, I have to dig out this one. This one took root. Can you tell? See? It's already working. It's not as bright as I'd like it to be, but there's areas where sun is coming in, right? You know, I get rid of this in here. I'll make it so that a little more sun can come in here. This is nice. Hey, this little corner is going to be a nice little corner. Okay, so this is where it gets tacky for me, I guess you could say. I really should find my jigsaw, but anyway, I have to cut it here and then go that way, but I'm not a lefty, so I don't know if I can saw this. I might have to flip it over and draw it on the other side, but this is what I'm doing. It's going, where's it going? It should fit. Hold on a minute. What am I doing? It should fit underneath here. That whole board. I better double check what I'm doing, because it's just going in here, right? I'm covering this all up now, right? You can see I put one down there. Okay, so I have to cut here, here, and then all this way. I'm pretty sure. What a busy rock. Wait, hold on. Okay, so am I being a silly Billy here? Like, why am I being so anal about this? Anyway, we almost got it in there. Right? Obviously, I have to take off. It looks like up to about, oh, I don't know. Maybe that's about, that's a little over a 1/4 of an inch. So, just have to sliver it off. Right, just bring it, see if here it would fit. Right? But not down here. You can see what I'm trying to do, right? Like, I'm so close, man. Do you know how hard it is to get? Look at this. It's just like, just a teeny weeny little bit. I did it. It took me a while, but I did it. You have to remember, I'm putting the vinyl on this, right? But I want this insulated as best as I can. Look, I had to fix it a few times. It's not perfect, but now I run another board there, and then this is basically ready to do the vinyl, and I've got that other stuff. You lay one sheet down, and then the vinyl. And yeah, so that will be great. Hold on. Okay, so that's not bad for an amateur. Do you see what I've done? Okay, piece it in. Now, I have thin glass that I'm going to put up in here. I don't know if I'm going to do it right now. I washed the glass, but I'm just kind of like doing this stuff, right? It's getting dark. I had to go inside and help with Amari going to the washroom. Right. Maybe what I'll do is I'll work on this. I gotta fill it up. Right? I put bricks in the bottom. Do you see? To try and prevent things from chewing and getting in there. But, you know, if these things want to get in there, they're gonna get in there. So now I gotta find something that I can put in between in here to
insulate it, right? So hold on. So what do you think? Does it look like a rooster coop? Mr. Lace's cat house? You could put cats in there. Cats don't like to be locked up, though. Right? So now, tomorrow, we'll come out and we'll do this. And install a couple of windows up in there. I'm trying to figure out how I can make little awnings. And I really should be thinking about setting up a water drum, and at least one little easel. Gutter. It's not called an easel, it's called a gutter. One water drum, one gutter with a pipe. Alright. Figure out where I'm going to put it. See if I got the parts around here, because I'm going through the yard, right? Now, I do have some parts, but I don't know. You see? I already did this one for the most part. Stuffed it with a bunch of stuff. Oh, my battery's going to go. This camera's going to blink out any second. Alright, people, I'm going to upload it as is, right? Okay, in light of my turning my window my upside down way, look what I've done. No, all the leaves and the crud and everything gonna blow in here. Shit. I didn't think about that. I mean, it blows in here, but it's different. It's different, right? But whatever. Could be worse, right? Everything's solid. Nothing's moving, people. Nothing. Pretty solid. So, we're doing good.